was a bit of baritone like down there.
Baritone, my favourite guitar player. Well, welcome back everybody to part 2 of this little new Chapman 2022 video release.
Oh yeah.
If you're not a regular viewer of Andertons TV, why not? Like and subscribe, right?
Yes, like and subscribe.
Use those timestamps if you just want to fast forward to find the guitar you want.
Watch more videos up there.
But yes, part 1 is up there. And in part 1 we talk about these guitars over my shoulder here. Hopefully you can see them. They're these ones.
Looking back.
And we talk about those.
Yeah.
In part 2, we're going to talk about the new Rainburst series of guitars from Chapman.
Rainburst.
And the one I'm most excited about is the new ML2.
That's super cool, isn't it? Super cool.
I'm going to leave the ML2 till second, just to leave your taste buds drooling. Unless, of course, you can't be bothered to wait, in which case you use those timestamps.
Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? People have not got much attention span these days.
The Chapman range is typically split into Standard Series and Pro Series.
Yeah.
The easy way to tell them apart normally is that Standard Series will have Chapman's own pickups in them, and Pro Series will have Seymour Duncan USA pickups in them.
Oh, Seymour Duncan, yeah.
But the Stormburst and now the new Rainburst finish, which is this beautiful blue poplar burl top guitar, are like a deluxe standard model. So it's standard spec, but with Seymour Duncan USA pickups.
Okay.
So we have 3 guitars here: an ML1, an ML3, and an ML1 Baritone on the end there.
Yeah.
The 1 and the 3, I guess, are probably most similar. So they're both 25.5-inch scale length. These are all mahogany body, all Mikasa ebony fretboards, and very similar sort of heel joints and all that kind of stuff. Regular tuners, but with a Seymour Duncan set of Pegasus and Sentient.
Oh, they're good pickups.
They're good pickups.
Good pickups.
And you would be forgiven for sort of perhaps thinking that the Pegasus and Sentient is quite a modern, almost gent associated pickup, and it can do that. Yeah. But as hopefully we demonstrated during that opening demo, they're not crazy high output, so they're just a good sounding humbucker for a wide range of uses. And then the Baritone, which Pete has got, all the same spec again, mahogany body, burl top, all that kind of stuff, beautiful reveal binding. But that's a 28-inch scale length. So it's a proper baritone. You see a few baritones that are 27-inch, and then there's an argument about, is it a proper baritone or is it just an extended range 6-string?
That extra inch, half an inch.
It is what it is. But this is a 28-inch, 24 frets on all the guitars. So I guess a sort of a modern vibe from that sort of thing. But yeah, do you want to take us through some tones?
Yeah, I can. I'm on the baritone now, so because that just
all the
speaks to me.
same pickups, by the way, across the 3 models.
So I'm probably going to try to do some high gain at some point, aren't I? So forgive me for that. I'm sure there'll be other videos out there. So 3-way select to switch tone and volume, as you're used to seeing. Nice, not too big neck, nicely rolled boards, and of course it's got some proper heavy strings on it here. And here's a bit of a clean tone straight into just a Victory DB40 with a bit of reverb. Blues on there, you can hear that. I mean, I can do that all day long in a baritone. I love a baritone.
It's funny, apologies again if we're teaching you to suck eggs here. So normally speaking, you've got an electric guitar and its concert tuning would be, E to E.
Yeah.
A bass guitar is just an octave below, so bottom string would typically be an E on a 4-string bass.
Yeah.
And a baritone sort of sits in between, so it's still feels and plays more like an electric guitar than a bass guitar, but you would tune again only standard, you can tune it to whatever you like, I guess, is you tune it to a B, so it's sort of in
so
between, you know.
So once you're doing it, you're using all the same chords and stuff, you know, so it's familiar to play, but you just have to think that it's B, not E.
But it does this crazy, haunting...
Yeah, especially when you stick a bit of reverb on there.
I kind of feel like the early... or most recently, maybe over the last 10 years, there was a period of time where the whole baritone thing seemed to be quite dominated by people that were just playing drop tune metal.
Yeah.
And still loads of people do. You know, you think about people who might buy a 7-string guitar, but because they want that low tuning, but maybe you then find it uncomfortable to play a 7-string, wider neck, too many strings, whatever. So a lot of people gravitated towards baritones because you would just drop tune and then, but still retain the feel of a 6-string. But
it's still heavier strings.
Listen to Ariel Posen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure there are other guys out there, but he's my sort of favourite. So Ariel plays kind of haunting, bluesy, jazzy, you know, rootsy kind of vibes with a baritone tuning.
Yeah,
it's lots of slide stuff, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh man, I want to play that. And you just grab obviously technically you need to practice a lot to be able to play like Ariel. But if you want to get that vibe, you just pick up a baritone guitar and you're kind of in that ballpark. You
don't necessarily have to play all that other stuff on it, you know, all that gent stuff. I mean, you know, it's not something I do, and I just like the vibe of that kind of, if I put a bit of reverb on there. Can I put more reverb? Yeah. Can I put more reverb on here? Let's see what we can do. It's just a great vibe, you know, even with a bit of chorus. I don't even know where I was there. I was just looking around and seeing where I was going to go with that.
I kind of don't want to... There's bound to be tons of pieces of music where I'll go, oh no, actually I've changed my mind now. But often when you pick up a baritone guitar, I often think to myself, it's actually probably my favourite sounding solo guitar instrument.
There's a vibe going on, isn't there?
So completely unaccompanied, just as a
if you
vibe.
play something like
it.
You know, if you're going to play those kind of songs,
because it almost sounds like you've got a bass player with you.
Yeah, it's just it's become the whole band, you know. I mean, all day long. I did it all day long.
We've got to move on.
Yeah, we've got to move on. Can I just do quickly double gain it? It does that too.
You want to see a guy doing some drop tuned, you know, baritone gent like that on a Chapman guitar? Go follow Rabir Massad's channel.
Absolutely. I mean, this is great. I don't have a baritone yet, man. I need to get into the baritone world.
Just whilst I remember, I'm sure we'll just have a quick noodle on one of these. Whilst I remember, the Rainburst Chapmans are the pricing is sort of $650, $700, depending on whether you want the ML1 or 2 or the baritone. And it's the same guitar as the grey one. So if you're looking at this and thinking, oh, that looks amazing, but you know, blue's not my thing, check out the Stormburst version of that. So I think, to be honest with you, we'll just play the ML1 rather than the ML3 as well, because really there's
the same pickups and everything in it.
Yeah, it's the same body, same pickup, same bridge, same everything, same scale length. So it's just, do you prefer the single cut look or the double cut look?
So you got 24 frets here. Is this a rosewood board on this? Ebony?
Macassar ebony.
Macassar ebony board, okay. Yeah, I can see it's nice and dark and kind of, you can feel it's kind of hard. What's the frets on here? Nickel frets, okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty much, although
so
we can't let too much out the bag about what might be coming from Pro Series with Chapman, but right now it's pretty much always stainless steel on Pro and nickel on standard. Okay,
go and look at the links below for that. So
Ernie ball strings across the whole range.
Yeah, 10s as well, I can feel that. It's got these pickups are like really nice and low. There's a lot of, it's a nice low end in it.
I should say as well, so these are burled, this is called poplar burl. It's an incredibly figured piece of wood. No two bits will ever look the same. So that's kind of cool as well, because you'll have a sort of certain uniqueness.
You'll have your own guitar, yeah.
Even the way that the stain is applied never really goes on evenly on this stuff. So some are a little darker, some are a little lighter. It's just the nature of this timber.
Amazingly bookmarked these. I can't believe how close, how the mark is just perfect.
So there's always a little bit of kind of texture in them as well. But anyway, look, it's a popular finish. It's a popular finish.
It's a Rorschach test for me,
you know, within the Chapman range. But
there's a little spooky here. There's a little two eyes and a mouth.
It's the scream. Who painted the scream? That picture, was that
Edward Munch.
Edward Munch.
Eva Munch. These two arms, two eyes going ooh like that. See, little monkey
That's
lord
Rob
there.
Chapman.
Yeah, it's a little monkey lord. Anyway, nice neck on here, nice chunky neck. I feel like it's slightly.
I think it's Rob's vibe with necks was he was always quite a traditional.
Yeah.
You know, so nothing on a Chapman ever feels too Ibanez-y or anything like that. It's definitely it's somewhere sitting. It's got its roots in that kind of Fender vibe, but with a slightly sort of flatter radius fretboards and slightly more contemporary.
And 24 frets, because I need to get up there all the time. It's the middle position. Here's the bridge. This is no pick.
I've got to tell you on the baritone, and the baritone is locking tuners, by the way. The 1 and the 3 are normal tuners. The baritone is locking tuners.
Good to have on a baritone.
Just thought I'd mention.
Here's the bridge. They're very pokey, aren't they? But you can dial it down. Everything on 12 on the amp.
Fat, man. I like it.
Fat man. A little bit of gain from a Dane. That's a proper rock tone, isn't it?
Wow. Okay, so me likey, these are lots.
How much are these?
650, something like that. Okay, pass me the other one so I can just spin it around and show you the colours. So, now the ML2 was actually the second guitar that Rob and I ever released in the Chapman. So it would have been around about 2011, something like that.
Wow.
But it was, we never felt that it was our own thing. It was always basically very similar looking to a Les Paul or maybe, if anything, maybe more like an ESP Eclipse or something like that. It was a sort of contemporary Les Paul.
Yep.
And the world is full of guitars trying to look like a Gibson Les Paul. So we discontinued that 2 or 3 years ago and went to Dave, who's the Chapman designer, and we said, look, we need a single cut with 2 humbuckers on it, but just can it be more our vibe? And that's one of the hardest things to do in the world, is make a guitar that kind of is a nod to something, but not a copy of something, and then not make it look hideous. Really difficult to do. And I have to say,
you should hold this instead, because if you want to show that color, it's better for you to show.
My hats off to Dave. I honestly do feel like this is one of the nicest looking, you know, not complete rip-offs of a Les Paul, but in that, in that kind of camp that I've seen. So this is Pro Series. So a few sort of, you know, nicer features than you typically get on standard series. There is no standard version of the ML2 yet, and I say yet. There is definitely not one coming anytime soon, but I'm sure at some point there will be. So we've got a mahogany body with a maple top.
Super thin body as well.
Yeah, it's a contemporary sort of vibe on that, trying to keep the weight down a little bit. So mahogany body, maple top with the flame veneer over the top of it, in a satin finish, so it's got that really nice sort of satin feel, I guess. Neck through, loads of, you know, almost no heel joint really, so loads of access. You've got spoon cut both sides of the cutaway.
Reese with the spoon.
Maple, roasted maple neck, Hipshot locking tuners. Now again, Dave redesigned the headstock. I love this wave on here. What I love even more is the fact that he's managed to get the strings to go almost completely straight through the nut here. So
that
you
is
know,
very
tuning's
good.
been improved, but still with a 3-a-side vibe. Strung through the body. Pete noticed this before. It feels like there's a little bit more here than there is on a
yeah, it's just that I feel like this might be slightly, because you know I can spread my,
almost like a little thinner here, a little longer here. So it definitely
feel that. Look, I can actually from
a hand's width.
There's a hand, well, from that finger to that finger. See, I can stretch as far with that one as that one. That's weird.
Even that, and I know this is like a small detail, but I know Dave spent months trying to find a pickup surround that he liked. So again, I'm pretty sure you won't find this pickup surround on another guitar. And then pickups wise, I know they're Seymour Duncans, but I forget which ones they are. So I will just quickly look this up.
Yes,
for
you will.
Lovely people. It is, it's a Pegasus and a Sentient again. It's obviously a favourite of Dave's. So again, similar, well, not similar, same pickups that are on those, but now mounted in pickup rings rather than direct to the body. What else have we got in terms of spec? Let's give you things like radius and that.
I think it's you're talking like, again, the 350.
A little bit. 300 now. So
300 now, okay, so about 12.
So 25.5 inch.
Yeah.
So going for that longer scale length. So great for people that maybe want to drop tune or something like that. Macassar ebony, rolled edges, 305mm finger radius. I will flash up on screen what that is in inches, but I'm guessing somewhere around 12, isn't it?
Yeah.
24 frets, and yes, stainless steel, jumbo frets, tusk nut.
Roasted maple neck.
That is a lot of guitar, and these are about £1,000. So again, it's a lot of guitar.
A lot of guitar for the money.
For the dough.
And what have you got here?
In two colours, the sort of the burst grey and the burst blue.
The blue one is epic.
It's not a tradition. It's almost like a reverse burst. So the dark, it's like darker in the middle, then fades, then goes darker. So
yeah, that's really cool, isn't it? That
I have to say, this is probably it's not often that something comes out that's sort of familiar but unique, and that I really like.
I like it.
And Dave, fair play.
Yeah, good job.
I really like it.
Before I start playing here, volume, tone,
and
so you got okay. Hey. So
is it two tones or two volumes?
Two volumes. So you got a volume for here, for the back pickup, and a volume for that, which means when you're in the middle position.
Do you know what? There's always that. So most guitars would put the volume controls in order. So like the one nearest to this pickup's this one, and then the next one's this pickup. ESP do it the other way around.
Yeah, it's the other way around, isn't
it? And it always freaks me out. But their argument is you're always on this pickup anyway, so why wouldn't you want the volume nearest? And I get that as well. But I do prefer when it's the sort of the normal way around.
But why don't you just ask them, why don't you just take this pickup away then? If you're always on this pickup.
Bit Phil X for you. Like
exactly.
Just one pickup. Anyway.
I like because you can go like this, turn that down, and then you can go like gain, and then you can go. Oh, hang on. Sorry. that if you like.
It does sound great, man.
It does
sound
great.
That is a throaty roar.
It is a throaty roar. So let's just go clean first. These pickups are just great, aren't they? There's so much punch. Middle position. Of course, now you can blend. Bridge.
Wow!
Punch. It needs gain on that, doesn't it? So what happens if I do that? Okay, so it splits it. Does it split both? Split both at the same time. Okay. But then again, in the middle position, it's both split, so then you can. Oh, what is that? What is that song? Anyway, there's Neil Young. You're not hearing that. You want to hear? Yeah, it's the Harvest Moon. That's what it is. That's what it is. Anyway, put some. Me play down tune to G all the time.
You want to hear again? You want to hear Chapman being played in that sort of shreddy, genty style? Then
then don't listen to me.
Go and watch Rob do it, or Rabir do it, or John Connon do it, or any of those kind of guys. But yes,
don't watch me do it. No, it's fine, man. It's not.
I really like these.
I like these. They're good.
Well,
it's a nice shape.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the lineup for 2022. Do you know what? I should know this.
Can you play a blues
I
song?
don't know if I don't think there are any more new models coming out from Chapman in 2022. I think you've got to wait for 2023 for the next batch. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, but don't look at me because I don't know.
Yeah, but look, that's great. So there's hopefully something for everybody here.
Yeah.
From
But can you play blues on
super understated, just rock machines
and
through
completely
to
in your face,
in your face, to contemporary single cut styles, to great value and unique looking guitars. Anyway,
you can play blues on these as well.
You could. Well, don't steal all my licks. Okay.
There's only the one.
Yeah, that's true. My lick. Don't steal all my lick. Let's jam out. And thank you very much for joining us. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in another video very soon. Au revoir.